Last time on Jackie Chan Stuntmaster.
Jackie! Oh, go after the truck! The package, Jackie! Jackie! The package! Grandfather! Grandfather!
Welcome. This is part 1 of Jackie Chan's Stuntmaster. So we're going to get ahead with this and kind of get this in motion here. So, yeah, this is basically blind. I mean, I've watched a little bit of like a long play of this game, but I don't know too terribly much about what to do with this particular game. And I kind of hope that it is kind of in like a stage sequence like this, like typical beat 'em ups are, like, you know, Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time that I've done. But I would definitely have to say that I appreciate this. Definitely is a stellar game here for the PlayStation 1, and I needed more games like this. I would definitely have to say. I mean, there's a number of them, but yeah, I mean, you know, PlayStation 1 classic machine. But yeah, I this definitely is like a jolt in the arm for me to kind of get this game and get it in motion here. So, plus it's Jackie Chan. So if you didn't know, I do enjoy me some Jackie Chan movies like Rumble in the Bronx, Rush Hour, other, you know, maybe some lesser known movies if you don't know his movies too well, like Gorgeous and Mr. Nice Guy, and some of those movies. Those are really kick ass. But I just would have to say, yeah. So we're going to have fun with this, and we're going to see how far I get. You know, I'm starting to realize I'm quickly becoming just a Let's Play channel that just kind of one-shots some of these, and by one-shot I mean plays until... It's like an arcade-type playthrough. In an arcade game, you play until you get game over, and that's basically the concept that I'm having to develop here, is just me trying to say... you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so many times, these are just not games I messed with profusely growing up, so I don't know enough about them. And it's just kind of the concept of saying that I would like to beat some of these games. I definitely kind of feel like the problem with it is just whether or not the difficulty ramps up. So it just depends, but we'll see. I'm definitely good. There will be several episodes of this, and I definitely have to say it looks like a lot of fun. This first stage kicked a lot of ass, so that's kind of the thing there. So really getting these 10 emblems is not necessary. Initially I thought that that's how you completed the stage, but it isn't. It's just a bonus thing. I don't know if it unlocks like some extra stages or something like that, but basically, for as I know right now, it is kind of a bonus. So, but some stuff, if you don't know about Jackie Chan movies, typically, I mean, he does occasionally have some help, but there's no Chris Tucker in this game. I mean, Rush Hour was out by the time this game came out, but there's not really a I mean, I don't expect it to be a 2-player game, but I wonder, like, you know, like there's a Jet Li game for like the PlayStation 2, and well, yeah, I mean, just sometimes they have extra characters. That's kind of the concept there. But I'm interested in this. I want to see what's going to happen. Right now, we're focused on, you know, saving Jackie Chan's family and kind of seeing what's happening with that. So this is a little bit of a sluggish part in the video, just because this kind of stumped me for a second, because at first, initially, it looked like Jackie Chan couldn't make that jump, but he actually can. So I was confused, because I was like, well, there's no way. I thought you had to push that box that's on the ground over there up somehow up these stairs. I was like, there's no way, because if you could lift the box, it'd be different. But even then, I don't know if he could lift and jump at the same time. So it's just kind of, I thought you might have to wall kick, but that wasn't working. This isn't Mario 64 where you could do some stuff like that. So, but it's at least interesting. So take note of that wall kicking stuff, viewers, because I think it'll probably come in handy later, at least at some point. And but yeah, so this is a relatively brief and scant episode, but It's just because it's the first stage of the game. So I'm getting used to the controls and stuff, trying to figure out what to do, kind of as far as that sort of stuff. And you do get fall damage. That's another thing to pay attention to. So you don't want to drop from too high of height. But, yeah. So, kind of somewhat running out of stuff to talk about, but I am interested in this game. I mean, there's probably going to be a part 2 sooner than you think. I'm definitely going to consistently continue to mess with this and see what's up with it. And this game, like I said, this game feels like a lot of fun. This is one of those games that you play on like a Saturday morning, a Sunday morning, a Friday morning, just a typical weekend. You know, you have pizza, that type stuff, fried chicken, KFC, Burger King, some stuff like that, and just really go in and have that sort of enjoyment. It's easily, I mean, even though it's a one-player game, this is the kind of game that I would like to watch be played. I mean, there's games in the past that I've watched be played, but I haven't actually wanted to play them. But this is one where you guys take turns, kind of like Grand Theft Auto 3 seemed like that kind of game, those type games like that. So it's definitely has that sort of vibe about it. Yep. Trying to think of what else has been going on here. Yeah, not too much has really happened. I need to get back to Mystic Quest. I do want to do more with that. I'm just trying to figure out as to how I want to get that in motion. I do essentially have plans to mess more with Mystic Quest and stuff, and I'm basically at Pazuzu's Tower, so I just have to figure out how to do it, but we'll get to that. And that's cool as you can, I mean, I don't know if you can knock them off the edge, but it's at least cool as you can break the scenery and stuff, so. There needs to be subtitles in this. I wonder if, I mean, I tried putting subtitles on, but it doesn't look like you're able to, so. Yeah, this is a high ticket of a game. I mean, I looked up this game on Amazon and it costs over $100, and that's just to get just the game without the case. So I would have to say probably getting the game with the original case that it had for the PS1 probably squared you somewhere around 200 some odd dollars or something. That's just kind of, I mean, suffice to say that I got the game, but you know, the concept of it is that this is, like I said, this is kind of a little bit more high dollar than just your average, like, Crash Bandicoot or, you know, I'm trying to think of other, you know, like Rayman or something. It just depends. I mean, the PlayStation 1 is interesting. The Super Nintendo's pretty good at doing that also, as far as just having random expensive games. This might be like the Earthbound of like PlayStation 1 games, you know, something like that. There's probably more expensive ones. I know I tried getting Metal Slug not too long ago. That's another game like this that I liked, but Metal Slug's pretty expensive, especially considering the fact that it's huge in Japan, and there weren't too many copies manufactured in the United States. I mean, there's enough, like, this game for the PlayStation came out late in the PlayStation's life, just right as the PS2 was coming out, so I think there just weren't enough copies produced because they're like, oh, well, let's just work on PlayStation 2 instead. So it's kind of, I think that contributed as to why this game is so expensive, is because the PS2 was in motion. People said, well, this is a good game, but PS2, baby, you know, that's kind of the thing. So it plays DVDs, you know, that type of stuff. So it's just kind of, but yeah, this game, or this stage, feels larger than it actually is, because, you know, there are actually 10 emblems to get in this stage, but I was only able to get like 4, 5, or 6 of them, so kind of the thing. These guys have a knack for hitting me when I try to use the kick attack. For some reason, Jackie Chan is just more open to getting attacked when he tries to do his kicks, but I do try to, I mean, I know, obviously, just watching me do the same attack over and over gets kind of tiresome, so I will try to spruce it up with some kicks and stuff, as long as I'm not about to die and it starts really damaging, that type of stuff. But it's at least something to pay attention to. This is kind of Crash Bandicoot-esque here. I wonder if there's going to be more moments like this. We're almost done with the episode here, folks. So, This is what I'm talking about. You know, really, this stage is not that tough. It is the first stage, but I get the feeling that there's going to be moments. I need to initiate the block. That's kind of what I did here. At the end of the stage, I managed to figure out that if you hold R1, Jackie Chan will kind of do like a grappling technique like he's been doing right here. And yeah, this is something to kind of have extra. So it's a good extra technique. I wonder what some of the boss characters are going to be like. I just wonder what some of the stuff's going to do. But yeah, that should basically do it, folks. You know, we'll get to part 2 relatively soon. I'm intrigued by this game, so I'm definitely gonna say it's gonna happen. Got a B. Well, that's good to know. I got 85, 84, 86%, something like that. You know, 6 out of 10. That's basically 60%, but I'm not complaining. So. Alright, folks, I'll see you next time. Subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. See you in part 2.